What's up, everybody? My name is Solstice, and don't you love that feeling when you're just kind of chilly, or it's cold in your house, or you're just kind of hanging around, and you get some hot chocolate or some coffee, and as you're drinking it, you can just feel it just soothe your soul. And it's the best thing on the planet, and it's just fantastic and amazing and wonderful. I just enjoyed that experience, and it's a wonderful thing. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I've got some more Shorty gameplay in hardcore, because this is a retardedly fun thing to do. I don't know why. I've always been a shotgun kind of kid, but this thing is just hilariously enjoyable. And in hardcore, it does the job really well. As I've been using it, and I have every attachment for it, I have a service star for it, I can say a few things from my first video. You can actually aim down the sight, but only if you have one of the sight options, which are the usual secondary options. It's the Delta sight, the mini red dot sight, which I'm using here, I believe. I'm almost positive. And the ghost ring. And I love the ghost ring. The ghost ring is amazing. I have every sidearm, and the ghost ring is just the greatest thing on the planet, let me tell you. There are some pistols that I really appreciate the red dot sight on. However, the ghost ring feels more accurate on some of them than any of the sights do. And that's red dot or delta. And I just got completely decimated right there. But anyway, yeah, you can aim down the sight on this thing if you have a sight option equipped. So that's a neat thing that I discovered. Another thing that I discovered with it is how little I really appreciate ramrodded, son. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. What up, doe? Anyway, and there's one thing that I discovered, and that would be just how much I really despise, in some instances, the 3-round in the barrel capacity, and I choke on the clutch, and I don't cap the flag. I was this close to cleaning him out and solo capping, and then I choke, and the shotgun doesn't do what I need it to, and yeah. So, actually, that's a perfect little portion to have my segue into. There are 2 things that I've grown to not really appreciate too much about this gun, and you just witnessed it right there. It would be the fact that every so often it's just highly inconsistent, and it's like you can put 3 shells into a guy and they just won't die. And with that also said, the other complaint is the fact that there's only 3 shells in the tube, and running out in the middle of a hellhole fire zone is not only really deadly, but it's also really easy, and it makes for a very interesting split with this thing. So, in all actuality and all honesty, this gun isn't that practical. It's not. But it's very fun, and it can definitely do its job. Although it's highly situational. Like, the amount of times you can actually successfully use this weapon outside of hardcore, you can probably count them on your fingers. And by each instance that you can count on your fingers, I'm talking in terms of map layouts. So, I'd say there are like 5, 6, yeah, I'd say there's like 5, 6, maybe 7 good places where you can use this thing efficiently and effectively. And outside of that, you're better off with a pistol. Just the extra rounds in the pistol, the added length, and the better reliability that you get out of it, it's just worth more. But, as I've said multiple times, and I will continue to say, this thing is fun as fuck. And I greatly enjoy using it, which is why I'm using it here. And as an added plus, if you find it hard using any of the early on shotguns, like the QBS, or even the whatchamacallit, the the 870 MCS. Okay, I'll just get the double knife, because that's a perfect example. You saw me shoot him 10 feet away, right in the back, twice, and he just didn't die. But then this guy keels over, and there's my service star, in fact. And I drop him again. So this was a pretty fun little moment. I have a pretty good amount of fun little moments here. And that happens. But anyway, moving on from the weapon itself, because I feel like between this video and the last video, I have talked enough about it. It's fun, give it a shot. It's fun, give it a shot. It counts as shotgun experience in case you suck with any of the early shotguns or they just don't do it for you. So you can just jump in and make this thing do something for you in place of any of those. But anyway, beyond that, this gameplay is actually different than my every single one of my last PC uploads. And that would be because this gameplay was recorded using Nvidia's new ShadowPlay. And what ShadowPlay is it's currently a beta video recording software that's based off of your graphics cards. It's based off the graphics card itself. I'm not entirely sure if it's purely based off memory in the graphics card, or if it's based off computer, like RAM, or how exactly it records. But I think it's purely grounded into the graphics card to make it run more effectively. But what it is it's a video recording software that automatically taps into the graphics card, and it records every single game you play by default. And let's say you decide, oh, I don't feel like recording right now, but 20 minutes out of your next game, you just went 50 and 10 with awesome kills and stuff, and you wish you recorded. ShadowPlay was actually recording that entire time. And all you have to do is hit your designated hotkey, and you can have ShadowPlay save that last 20 minutes of gameplay that you never actually recorded, but it still recorded. Hence the name ShadowPlay. And it is remarkable. Because, I mean, you can see it right here. I'll just say shadow recorded, because I didn't actually record it, but I had ShadowPlay pick it up while it was happening. And you can see the quality it's gorgeous. It's really, really good. And it has smaller file sizes, I want to say, actually, than Dextery and Fraps do, even though the quality is clearly this fantastic and magnificent, and that's an amazing thing. And if you're anything like me, and recording all the time, or recording at all even, gives you that little bit of limelight syndrome, where it's like, ooh, anxiety hits, and I play like shit because I'm always on the camera, and the camera's not always a nice thing. And ShadowPlay literally completely erases any of that, because it's always on, even when you know it's not. Just put that through your brain for a moment. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, but it's amazing, and it works exactly the way I'm describing it. So, if you have a Nvidia graphics card, and you have any desire to record your gameplay, or you already record your gameplay, I highly recommend you give ShadowPlay a try. It's fantastic. Because file size is very easily manageable. Quality is easily rivaling Fraps and Dextery, if not just as good or better. Probably a little worse though, because I know that it compresses it. I know that ShadowPlay compresses the video on its way through. So it's got that one little layer of compression on it, which will reduce the quality a little bit, especially when you have to recompress it and re-render it out of Vegas or Premiere or whatever it is you're using for video editing. So quality's a little worse, but you also have to remember file size and user capabilities and capacity, for the fact that it's recording at all times ever, and it's amazing and easy, and it's great. I highly recommend you give it a shot if you have an Nvidia graphics card. That's all I need to say. Why do you have to use nades, man? At least they get auto-kicked, but still. So, I went on my spiel about feeling warmth in the soul and how it is fantastic. I talked about the gun, and now that I have all of the attachments for it, I've used it a very fair amount, and I've gone through extensive detail in how I like using it and how effective it is as a weapon. I've gone through the ShadowPlay, which this is my first live recorded, well, quote-unquote live. This is my first recorded gameplay using ShadowPlay, and I'm quite happy. And I believe that's about all I really had put together to talk about right here. And also, if you haven't tried playing hardcore yet, I highly recommend you give hardcore a shot, because hardcore is a lot of fun in this game. And on top of that, pistol servers may honestly be one of the most enjoyable ways of playing this game. Get murked. I do that. Oh, what do you know? The triple. I kind of do that a lot in this gameplay, if you haven't noticed that by now. Either way, it's coming to a close in about 2 minutes from now. I got team killed. That makes me kind of upset. He auto revives me, and I get auto killed. Whatever. Not gonna complain. That's hardcore in a nutshell. But pistol servers are honestly one of the easiest ways of enjoying this game, because pretty much all the pistols in this game are good. They're either strong, but not accurate. Accurate, but not that strong. Or a combination of the two and have insane recoil. Or they're fully automatic, but not that strong. Or there's something that makes every single one of them really good. I mean, the G18 is a perfect example. It has a shitload of kick, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a fully automatic pistol in hardcore. Iron sights are a bit clunky, but I've got the ghost ring on it now, and it works like a charm. It's fantastic. So, there's the G18. The Raffica is pretty solid. I've always enjoyed the Raffica for its 3-round burst. Makes things a lot easier. Gotta love that last shot for doing the job for me. Popping those nades though. Flashbangs. Flashbangs are allowed in a number of these servers. Basically anything that's not lethal, other than pistols. The Shorty is banned in some servers, but I typically play in the ones where it's not, for obvious reasons, so that I don't get auto-kicked. And this is a really depressing moment, and you guys should not watch this, but I'll leave it here, because I'm a very good person. And I honestly don't understand how this works. I shot him right in the face that time. I get revived by a friend. He's still here. I thought I shot him again, but I guess not, and he has 100% health still, but that's a prime example of how this thing is just not very consistent. But no matter what, it's just a lot of fun to use. So this video is coming to a wrap very, very soon. So my name is Solstice. That was Shorty 12G. I've got a bonus clip or two when this video is done for all y'all lovely people. So, as always, have a wonderful day and enjoy some hot chocolate.